Hello YouTube, it's your girl Olamide here, back on Olami Daily, and in today's video we're gonna do a meal prep challenge video. I'm in Aldi right now and we're gonna meal prep a whole week's worth of food for $25. Yep, I already have the $25 right here, so we're gonna see what I can get for this, because I have no idea. But somebody told me that I couldn't do it, so I had to prove them wrong. So that's what we're gonna do today. Two disclaimers that I'm gonna add is that I only meal prep for 4 days of the week because I work a 4-day week, so that's what works best for me. And number two, I'm not going to include the spices as part of the $25 because I already have spices in my kitchen, so I don't feel the need to repurchase spices for a video. But besides that, let's head into Aldi right now and see what $25 can get me for a whole week's worth of food. It's your voice. Alright guys, I'm back after like a stressful hour. After 2 trips to Aldi, my total came out to $24.88. Yes, I'll be meal prepping a whole week's worth of food for $24.88. So let's see what I got after I go home. Hey guys, so I'm back at home now, just freshened up a little bit, and I'm ready to continue on with this video. So now I'm gonna show you everything that I got for $25 at Aldi. And I'm going to tell you the price of each thing too. So first thing is I got these large eggs for 99 cents. And I'm cheating with breakfast a little bit, but I got the Honey Crunch and Oats. This is obviously the Aldi brand of Honey Bunches of Oats. I decided to get something like a cereal item that was high in fiber so that I would feel a little bit full throughout the day. So this was $1.29. Usually I drink almond milk, but almond milk was a little bit more expensive than just normal milk. I got the 1% low-fat milk, which was $1.28. Then I got this bag of spinach. Pretty good deal on the spinach. It was only 99 cents for this bag, so I was like, why not? This bag of asparagus. Never really eat asparagus, but thought it might taste good with one of my meals. This was $2.69 for this bag of asparagus. Then I got a bunch of banana, like literal bunch of banana. This was 92 cents for 5 bananas. Can't go wrong with that one. Then I got long grain rice. Nice big bag of rice. This will definitely be more than enough to cook all of my meals. I got this bag of rice for $1.79. Next, I got my protein. This is a new one for me, guys. I got 2 cans of salmon in a can. Never had salmon in a can, but a guy at the store said that it was really good for you. It's really high in omega-3s, and this is just like, I always hear really good things about canned salmon. Cheap thing to eat. You get your protein, so thought I'd try it out. Except it was a little expensive. This was $2.95 per can, so together it was like $5. Sorry. But yeah, it was $2.95 per can, so a little bit expensive, but you know, I wanted to try something new this week. I got this pack of 3-bean chili. It's a soup mix. I've also never tried this before, but it looks pretty good. I don't know, it has beans in it, so I don't know. We're gonna try it out, guys, you know, we're just trying this out. This was $2.49. $2.49 for this chili. All right, got this bag of Roma tomatoes for $1.49. Comes with 5 tomatoes, $1.49. Not too bad of a deal for that one. And then I got some breadcrumbs. I got the panko. I heard panko is a little healthier than just like normal breadcrumbs. Don't know if it's true, but I heard it's a little higher in fiber and a little lower in sodium. So I decided to get this one. This was 89 cents. Can't beat that. Then I got a can of tomato paste. This was 39 cents. You know, can't beat that, 39 cents. It's gonna go well with something, so I just bought it. Next, I got this bag of limes. Usually I like to cook with lemons, but the lemons were about $1 more, and $1 when you're doing a $25 challenge could really like add up. So I decided to cook with limes this week. Never done that at all before, but I mean, it can't be that much different from cooking with limes. So, you know, we're just gonna experiment here. Hopefully it's gonna be delicious. And I got this bottle of zesty Italian dressing. It looks really good. Has vinegar, water, oil, salt, garlic, you know, typical Italian dressing stuff. Got this one for 89 cents. So 89 cents for dressing. Thought that was a good deal. So I got that as well. I feel like Italian dressing you could really throw on anything and it would taste good. So I got this jar of sliced beets. Honestly, I don't know what was going on through my head. I was just kind of tired of being in the grocery store. So I was like, let me just get something that's gonna be like $1. This was $1.19. Never had sliced beets before, but it didn't look like it was gross. Like it looked kind of appealing. So I decided to try it out. I'm gonna put it somewhere. I don't really know exactly where, but it'll be good. That was everything I got at the grocery store, and now it's time for me to prep my meal for the week. Okay, so let's get ready and start with breakfast. Obviously the most self-explanatory breakfast, but I started out with 4 clean mason jars, and I poured about 1 3/4 cups of cereal into each jar. So in the morning of, I'll just take a jar out, pour in my cup of milk, and I'll eat it with a banana. And that was pretty much my breakfast. And with that, let's get into lunch. We have our rice and 3 bean chili and asparagus. So we started out with putting a cup of washed rice in the rice cooker. And I had to come around for this, guys, because this strainer is so ideal for if you like to eat a lot of rice. I got that from the Dollar Tree. Very great. So with that cup of rice, I poured in 2 cups of water. Mix that in. And another tip is to flavor your rice. You know, that really makes it not taste so bland. So I added in some red pepper, some adobo, sazon, and garlic powder. These 3 combo, like the garlic powder, red pepper, and adobo, I pretty much use for every meal. And then I top it off with some limes, just because I wanted that extra flavor of limes in my rice. And then once I stopped struggling with that, I mix that all in together, and I cover the top, and I just let the rice cooker do its magic. For the chili, I put 6 cups of water to a boil, and then I just add my 3 bean chili mix from Aldi. Once that's in there, I just mix it up nicely. I put in 1 can of tomato paste, which for some reason I was using a knife for. But definitely if you're doing this, use a spoon. Don't know where my head was at this point, but yeah. All right, see, got some common sense. Took out the spoon. Put in that tomato paste. Now I add my seasonings. You already know what they are. That shake weight seasoning of that red pepper flakes. Put in some garlic powder. And some adobo. All of this I just season to taste, really. I have no like real measurement. And then I even mixed it up this time with a new seasoning, which was curry. Yeah. So once all of that's in there, I just kind of mix it all up and I let it simmer with the top off. I put the heat down to about medium to low, and I'll just let it cook for about, I think I left it on for about an hour, honestly. Then once I do that, I'm just gonna preheat my oven to 425 because we are going to make our veggies. You know, gotta check on that chili as well. So now that our oven is preheated to 425 degrees, I'm gonna start cutting our asparagus. You definitely wanna cut about 1 inch off of the ends because they're just, you don't really wanna eat that part of the asparagus. Or at least I personally don't. So I just started off by, you know, cutting each little strand off. Once that's all cut and done, I grab my pan, I oil it up with my cooking spray, and I simply just place my asparagus flat. You don't want any of them on top of one another. You just want it all straight and flat in a straight little line. I then add my extra virgin olive oil and I just spread that all over the asparagus. And I'll just top it off with some salt. Definitely good to add the oil first and then the seasonings because then the seasoning has something that kind of helps stick to the veggies. So once my oven is preheated, I throw that into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. We are now ready to put everything together. So I started out with putting the white rice on each plate and then I separated out my chili. I had more than enough chili, guys. I probably had about 7 days worth of chili. And then after I put in my asparagus, and I was able to keep this in the fridge nicely for 4 days. And just look at that, man. That just came out so good. So good. And now we are going into dinner where I will showcase my famous salmon cake salad. So let's start off with making this salmon cake. So in a big bowl, I just emptied out all of the salmon, all the canned salmon into that big bowl and, you know, mixed it all up. And then I added my seasonings. I add adobo, garlic powder, and obviously red pepper flakes. Don't act surprised, guys. And I even added in some soy sauce. This is definitely optional. Not everybody has soy sauce in their house, but I did. So I was like, you know what, let me just try that and put that in there. So once that's all in, you just mix it all up. I then added my lime again. It's always good to cook with either like lemons or limes. That's something I just like to do. But squeezing the limes are very hard, I will say. And right here it shows that I added 2 eggs, but I actually eventually added in another one. So please add 3 eggs to this mix. 1 cup of panko. And then just mix it all up together until it's nice and even. Once that's all done, I take my sheet pan and line it up with parchment paper, and this is when I start making a mess because you just want to roll up the salmon cakes into little balls and just, you know, form them with your hand. If you had an ice cream scooper, it'd be a lot easier, but I did not have one, so I had to use my hands. Just rolling up in a ball and just place it to the side. So 2 cans of salmon made more than enough of salmon cakes. I probably could have gotten away with just using 1 can of salmon, but I was happy that I had a lot because I got to share with people. Once that's done, you just want to press the top down lightly, not too much, but you know, just enough so that it's not a whole ball, but just a little bit flat on top. In a nicely buttered pan or oiled pan, I started placing my salmon cakes one by one, very patiently and lightly. You want to cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. And then once that time is up, you just flip them over. Make sure to be very, very patient when you start flipping over these salmon cakes because they will break apart. but just cook them for another 3 to 4 minutes. I had a whole lot of eggs left over, so I decided to add boiled eggs to my salad. A lot of people make their boiled eggs all different ways, but for me, I just take a pot of water and I place the eggs inside. I turn on my stove, and then once I see that the pot is starting to boil, I turn off the stove and you have boiled eggs. And now it's time to put it all together. So I divided out the spinach that I got. I put in 3 salmon cakes per container, 2 boiled eggs. I kept the shells on so that it would last a little longer. I added in my diced Roma tomatoes and my sliced beets, and it just looked so good. This was my favorite meal for the week. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you guys try out these meals for yourself because they're bomb.